The fundament upon which all our knowledge and learning rests is the inexplicable, meaning there has actually always been a fundamental, critical, imperative urge for all human beings and for all men, not just to search and acquire and possess and gather, accumulate as much knowledge, information, data, wisdom, intelligence as we possibly can from external circumstances, outside conditions, and also because of our own mutation, because of our own changes, on the base of our own talent, experience, observation, hard work, pain, torment, and essentially everything else that we face within ourselves in our own lives as universal events and sovereign incidences, but also what we can gather from external circumstances that ultimately comprises our inevitable, insurmountable knowledge, wisdom, intelligence that we consider our own, but that includes and combines the external world's combination of pain, experience, betrayal, torment, also including the hours, miseries, unhappinesses, traumas, etc. But then again, the fundamental condition or means upon which all our knowledge and learning rests is the inexplicable. There has always been an inexplicable, indescribable fundamental urge in man by nature to know, to gather knowledge, to acquire information, to achieve basically validation, possession, money, fame, admiration, and respect in their lives, and also to basically gather, gain data, intelligence, information as far or as much as they possibly can, because that is what keeps them alive. That is what gives them a life of meaning, significance, authenticity, distinction, and individuality. That is what makes also our lives worthwhile as we're in contact with knowledge. Because when we are not doing anything, when we are not engaged in activity, when we're stagnant, we literally face deterioration, degradation, and dismantling of our character, virtue, disposition, talent, distinction, sovereignty, etc. But when we are doing something, at least when we're engaged in action, then we're at least learning something or another, even if it's subtle, small, or unimportant. We're at least moving forward. We're making mistakes. We're learning. These are all fundamental, imperative processes of life for growth, progress, learning that makes life meaningful, distinct, significant from the life of comfort, pleasure, relaxation, inactivity of the rich, wealthy, powerful, influential people that just don't have to do anything, that can gather money anyways. But we have to continue to gather, accumulate, acquire knowledge as we have to move forward in life, as we have to make our lives